Adobe Contribute lets you control the extent to which users can alter a website by letting you create roles that you can define permissions for. When Contribute users connect to a website, they are prompted to indicate which role they belong to. You can create roles for as many users as you like, or if you prefer to have control over individual users, you can assign one user per role. To create a new role and define permissions and website settings, choose Edit, Administer Websites, followed by the name of your website. This then displays the Administer Website dialog box. Now by default, Contribute creates roles for administrators, publishers, and writers. And whilst these roles will probably be more than adequate for many users' needs, let's go ahead and create a new role, which we'll call Marketing. Now when I click OK, the new role title will appear in the list of role names, as can be seen here. With the new role still selected, I'll click the Edit Role Settings button. Now this displays the Edit Marketing Settings dialog box. The first category, entitled General, controls the description users will see when deciding whether or not to join this role, and also the home page that members of this role will start from. Let's look at some of the other options that are available. From Folder and File Access, we can specify which files users can edit. By default, the option Allow users to edit files in any folder is selected. However, you could restrict this by selecting the second option and then specifying which folders you want your users to be able to edit. You can also enable users to delete files they have permissions to edit. As a precaution, this option is disabled since this type of task would normally only be assigned to website administrators. Editing lets you specify what content users can modify and determines how Adobe Contribute processes line spacing. You can also see down here we have other options such as the accessibility options. The category Style and Fonts lets us determine which font sets users have access to, as well as if the users can apply style and formatting to text. For this role, I'm going to make sure the Style Support option, Document Level CSS Cascading Style Sheets is selected. However, if I click on the menu, you can see the other options that are available. The last category that we'll look at in this tutorial is entitled New Images. From here, you can specify the maximum file size for images that users can add to the website, and also the quality of JPEG images, which in this case I'll set to 90%. Having defined all the permissions and other settings for this role, I can now create a connection key. Connection keys provide administrators with an incredibly simple and completely secure way of setting up a connection to a website for other users. On the first step of the wizard, you tell Adobe Contribute how you would like to send your connection key settings. In this case, we'll send the current setting, which includes the FTP username and password. Next, we specify the role for the users of this connection key. I'm going to choose Marketing. On the third step of the wizard, you tell Adobe Contribute how you would like to export the connection key. In this case, I'm going to save it to my local machine. You also need to enter a password or phrase that Adobe Contribute can use to encrypt the said key. The final screen of the connection key wizard displays summary information of the connection details we've just entered. Having verified that this information is correct, I'll click the button Done and then save the connection key to my local hard disk, ready to be distributed to the marketing department. At present, you can see that the administrator password is still empty. Let's change this. To do that, we'll click the button Set Administrator Password. I'll quickly add a password in here. And then click OK. Followed by Close. In this tutorial, you've seen how to define permissions and website settings using Adobe Contribute roles. You've also learned how Adobe Contribute simplifies the distribution of all the information users need to set up a website connection using connection keys.